Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home, when Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, yeah, and I know He watches me. For I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow. I know He watches me. I didn't know I can sing until I heard another young lady singing on a Christmas gospel show. She was 9 years old as well. And just to see the reaction that she got from the crowd, it really inspired me to want to sing. And not just sing, but to sing the exact song that she was singing. Her name was Delia Richardson. And she sang a song that talked about how God put a rainbow in her window. And when I tell you the reaction that I got from the people was bananas, like they loved it. So what ended up happening is all the churches in the surrounding areas started asking for the little girl who sings about how God put a rainbow in her window. So that's kind of how it started. Fast forward now to many years later, now I understand why I was under attack. It wasn't because I wasn't something special. It was because the enemy recognized from a very young age that God wanted to use me in a powerful way. I had to go through what I went through in order to get a better understanding as an adult. Thank God that He didn't allow any of the things that I attempted to do to myself. He didn't allow any of it to be successful. But from 12 to 17, I was very self-destructive. An incident happened between my older sister and I. It set my life on a downward spiral. What she said to me was I wasn't supposed to be here, and that I was conceived out of a violent act. What ended up happening was my whole frame of mind went from I'm supposed to be here to I'm not even supposed to be here. I did become suicidal. I began hanging out with, gang-related people. I began fighting a lot. At the age of 17, that's when my life changed and my thinking changed about my future and who I was. And I went through so much, it caused me to go into prayer and to re-identify myself with God. I ended up getting married at a young age. I was only 19. My husband and I started a family right away. So that marriage did not last. We were so young. My oldest daughter, she was born perfectly fine, but she ended up contracting a brain viral infection called encephalitis, which caused her to later on develop brain damage and learning disability. She's disabled, intellectually disabled, and She has seizures, severe seizures. My mom, Evangelist Peggy Daniels, she's a preacher. She is just a selfless person, and I thank God for my mom. And I just think it's a blessing that He blessed me with children who are such givers and who care so much for their sister. And we formed just this protective bubble around her. I did remarry maybe 10 years later, and unfortunately that marriage didn't last. It turned out to be an abusive marriage. And I went through a lot. I was hospitalized out of that relationship. I remember my son ran down the stairs because he heard me scream, and when he came downstairs he saw me on the ground, and he began to ask, hysterically screaming at my husband at the time, "What did you do to my mom?" And he started saying I didn't do anything, but of course my son knew better. He came and kneeled by me and was just crying over me. And he just said, "Mom, Mom, are you okay?" When I think back to times like that, I realize that it was only by God's grace that I'm here right now, because my son saved me from my suicidal tendencies, to being in an abusive marriage, to being a single mom raising 3 children, one who's disabled, alone, of course with the help of my mom. Life struggles make us stronger. And I want to encourage you to know that if you put your trust in God, He will work everything out for your good. So today I can proudly proclaim that I've been freed and delivered from the things that used to hold me back. And I'm on a mission to tell the world. I really just want people to know, anyone that's watching this, especially our youth, when God gifts you and blesses you with talents and things like that, you're going to be under attack. Because the devil doesn't want you to succeed at winning souls for God's kingdom. I want to encourage you to continue to stay strong, continue to put God first, continue to pray and to seek God in everything. And He will work those things out in your favor that you're dealing with in life. God is indeed in control.